What's up, world? It's your girl Lex, and you know what time it is. It's time to put me on game. Now, tonight, every night, I don't know when I'm going to stop saying this, but I have a very special guest, like always. But I'm not lying. All of my guests are extremely special. And this young man that I'm interviewing tonight, I've known him since
Wow.
he came out the womb. His name is Jocolby Harrell. How you doing today, Jocolby?
Good, cuz doing good. Happy to be
So,
here. Happy to be here.
thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me. I was when you reached out to me, it almost felt like that time when my wife reached out, when you reached out to me about my wife, and you said, I was like, Tamika Green? Like, yeah, yeah. Same.
Well, now that the cat is out the bag, Jacoby is my first cousin. So, this interview will probably be very, very interesting. So, let's go ahead and get to it. We're in the middle of a pandemic. The world is crazy right now. I feel like as millennials, like we've lived through a lot in our lifetime. We've seen a lot in our lifetime, and it just keeps getting crazier and crazier. How have you been coping?
It's been crazy. It's just the transition. Me and Meek at home 24/7 with 4 kids and 2 dogs. So it's funny, you pray for stuff and then when you get it, sometimes it's the frustration. So, you always pray being home with the family and everything, but it's just been crazy just trying to give everybody their space and still do work, school, online school. But it's been a blessing that we're able to be here. We're healthy, so I'm not complaining.
I know that's right. I won't complain. It's funny you said that because a lot of people have been saying that, before the pandemic happened, people always wanted to work from home. I even know children that wanted to go to school online, or do home, not online, but do homeschooling. And now that the time has actually come and it's happening, a lot of people are like, ugh, sometimes you better watch what you ask for. But like you said, you don't have any complaints. You have a beautiful family and you have help, which a lot of people out here, they don't have help. So that's a
Right.
blessing in itself, that you're able to have that tribe around you and that family. So that's dope. So tell the world who Jacoby Harrell is.
Jacoby Harrell. You know, I, I'm just I'm just happy to be here. I'm just a guy, young black man in America. That's a whole nother conversation.
Absolutely.
But been married to my best friend Meek. Going on, I think this year gonna be. Don't start me lying. I think 9. I think this is year 9 we're coming up on,
I
or
think
maybe year 10. I think no, this is year 10.
it
I
is.
think
Yeah.
April. Yeah, April's gonna be year 10. Um, Look, fella, it's not important. Um, the years, as long as you know the date, you know what I mean. The years, they get kind of crazy, but year 10. So married, 4 kids, four beautiful kids. Let's see, 11. L's 11. Mav is 7. Jag is 5, and Axel is 3.
Ooh.
So that's a full-time job. I'm also I'm also still in the military. Believe it or not, Lex, this year will be my 20th year in the military.
Wow, yo, we get
Crazy.
no
Crazy.
Jesus. Wow, that's
20
a blessing
years.
though. That's a blessing.
So it is a blessing. And day to day, I'm a mortgage broker. I'm pretty sure we'll talk a little bit more about that. But I'm just trying to live life to the fullest, Lex. Just trying. I was talking to my guys, just trying to stay humble, trying not to take this thing for granted. That's one thing I've seen a lot with this pandemic. It's kind of showing us that life is fragile.
Hmm.
Tomorrow is not promised. You could be here today, gone tomorrow. So live your life live it. Run
Absolutely.
your race, know your pace. So yeah, so that's all I'm trying to do.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, where are you from? Of course, I know where you're from. I know all the goods, all the deets. Tell the world where you're from and a little bit about your upbringing.
Um, I was born in DeKalb County, but I'm from right here in North Carolina, Garner. So I'm not even gonna rep Raleigh. You know, I'm
Wait
from
a
Garner, North
second.
Carolina.
You were born in the deck in DeKalb County?
You know that?
I did not know that.
Medical.
Wait, you were born at DeKalb Medical?
Yeah.
So that's one thing I didn't know. You know, I
Check my
stay
birth
right down the
certificate.
street from
Check my
DeKalb
birth
Medical.
certificate. Ask your aunt. She'll tell you all about it. Came
Wow.
came out the womb right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we moved from Georgia when I was about 4 or 5. Been in North Carolina ever since. So yeah, born and raised right here. I did have a stint in Winston. Went to the glorious university, WSSU, them Rams,
WSS who? Say that again?
the Winston-Salem State University. Yes.
Nah. Shout out to all the HBCUs.
Yeah, definitely. Big ups to all the HBCUs.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
So
doing our thing right now. Yeah, I was thinking about this. Man, we've been doing this HBCU thing for a minute. And it's just good to see them finally getting some recognition. It seems like now more than ever, like they on the map. Like it's crazy.
absolutely. I tell people that all the time, especially our family, like everybody in our family just about went to
Right.
HBCUs. Even
We've
grandma,
been
you
on
know?
this.
So yeah,
Been
it's
on this
it's
thing.
cool to finally see black people, not I don't want to say that, but it's finally cool to see us catching the wave,
Right.
and appreciating these institutions that were created for us. So
Exactly.
that's pretty dope.
I agree.
So raised in Garner, you have siblings?
I do. My boy Spence, Spencer. I'm the oldest of 3, so we got
Okay.
Spencer. He's married. Little Jack, in South Carolina. Got my little baby sis Ramona. She just got married this year.
I
Her
know.
and Mark. So yeah, I'm the big bro. Um, Oldest of 3. I think I'm 38. I don't keep track of my age anymore.
Yeah, I don't keep track of my age either, so I can't even tell you how old you are. But
I'm about 24 over there though.
you know,
Good.
I might be 28
Wow.
this year. I don't know. No.
Look good. Skin is glowing. Good
The
night.
melanin.
Ooh. They say that black don't crack. My goodness.
Absolutely. So how was it growing up the oldest child? I'm the youngest, so I'm pretty sure that growing up the oldest child was totally opposite from how I grew up. So tell us about that. How was it
It was
growing up the
cool,
oldest in your
my
household?
parents, middle class, both. I was blessed to have both parents in the household. I always joke it's kind of like, our family, kind of like that Cosby family, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Life was good. Didn't really have to want for anything. Both my mom was an educator, my dad was a firefighter. Then he started his own business when he was a firefighter. So it was cool being the oldest. You're always the first to do things, and maybe you kind of set that bar, set that standard for your younger siblings to kind of walk in their footsteps. And I think if you talk to Spence and Ramona, it might have been kind of hard for them sometimes because like matriculating through school and always being looked at as Jacolby's younger sibling. You know what I mean? Oh,
Yeah.
that's Jacolby's brother. Yeah, yeah. But I enjoy being the oldest. Put brother on game. Spence now. He's a grown man himself doing his thing. But being old with little sis too, just being that role model for my brothers and sisters. I do enjoy that part of it.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I can attest to the being the youngest and being in school with siblings that weren't too much older than me and always being called, "Oh, that's Jasmine and Crenisla's sis." Like to this day, I have people at home, like if I see them, they'll still say, "Oh, you Jasmine's little sister or
Right.
Credese's little sister." Like, dude, I'm a whole grown ass woman out
I'm
here.
a
Like,
woman by
my
myself.
name is Alexis. Please. No, but I get it. But you
You got some
definitely
big shoes to follow too. Those some man, Jasmine, Bernice. Ooh,
some big shoes to fill.
you two don't play. That's. But I will tell you, if anybody could do it, Alexis, you. I mean, you were a trailblazer, so I'm pretty sure it wasn't no issue for you. Bringing up the tail, making
Thank you
things
very much.
shake.
So you said that your dad, I know that your dad was a firefighter, but you also said that your dad owned his own business. Could you tell me a little bit about that? And did that have any influence on what you're doing in your life right now?
That's a great question, Alexis. And as I get older, when you get older, you kind of see things that you didn't see maybe when you were younger, maybe what your parents were trying to put you on game to. Um, and you may not appreciate it then either. You appreciate things so much more as you matriculate through life. And I must say, when my dad did it, I didn't, I hated, it wasn't, I was eighth grade. He started his lawn service. I can remember just like yesterday. He had a pickup truck. He bought a push behind lawnmower, a weed eater, and a blower. He bought two little 21-inch push mowers. We'll go around neighborhoods and try to get clients, right? And wow, boom. Then it started. He kept at it. He kept at it. And then I'm in high school. I would come out, Alexis. Cell phones were everybody didn't have a cell phone. I had a little Nextel. It hit me, Jay. I'm coming to pick you up. We're going to cut some lawns. Oh man, what? I ain't trying to cut grass. Summertime. Hot as I don't know what. Me and Spencer, my dad, out cutting lawns, sweating, working. Friends like, yo, you coming to hoop? Man, I got cut today,
Go
man.
cut grass.
Well, I hit you when I get back. And you out all day. You come back home. My mom will have food. We eat, and then we just chill. But fast forward, Alexis, to him doing that to now, he's retired, but he still does it. And I even did it in Winston. I had about 10 or 12 clients in Winston. And now being 38, I still help them. You know what I mean? And it's Harold and Sons Lawn Service. But my dad said something, man, and this is really full circle. He was like, his dream, his in life where he could be like, all is good. He said that day when Maverick, Jagger, and Axel hook up and drive the pickup truck out of the driveway and go cut lawns.
Mm.
He's like, that's it. And he said, that's what, and what more do you want? You start something. It helps it helped me and Spencer make money. It showed us that you can make your own money. Gave us
Mm-hmm.
that hustle and to keep passing it down on your family. That's it right there. So that's I thank my dad for that. That's because he loves it though, man. He loves cutting grass, man. And you can make a lot of good money. That's another thing. Money doesn't look a certain way. You know what I mean? It's not. You can be out here hustling it. Ways to get it out here.
Yeah. I can I'm a witness to that too. I do remember y'all cutting grass all the time growing up. Not funny or anything, but it's just funny thinking about it now. But my Uncle Raven, if you listening to this, I'm not laughing. I will say that cutting grass, and this is funny because I talked about this with my best friend Elisha. Cutting grass builds character.
Does it? Yes.
My grandfather, on my mom's side, has a lawn cutting business, a lawn care business, and he's 80 something now. My grandfather still cuts grass to this day. Like I
Hey.
remember to this day. I I remember going to Akron and spending summers up there and like enjoying going to cut grass with him though. But then I would have to come back home to Virginia and my mom would have us cutting grass. And me and my best friend Elisha was talking about like, how are we girls cutting grass? But I'm like, hindsight, looking back, that built character. It
Mm-hmm.
really did. Like, I don't think that kids growing up nowadays can say that. I don't think that that
Got a
a
lot
lot
of
of them will have that experience, but it's definitely cool that your dad still has that business. And one day I hope you all are able to pass it on to your kids.
man. That would be because there's no other way than you going out and making it happen for yourself. Just my dad is always say, son, you got to get out in front of the blessings. You got to get in the way of the blessings.
Yep,
Boom, you got to get out here and hustle. Get
you
it.
do. Absolutely. So that hustle that you learned from cutting grass and other things growing up, how did you take that hustle and make that hustle build into the hustle that you have today?
First, I want to say this, Alexis. We come from a family of hustlers. Let
Absolutely.
me tell you, like, for real, you think in our family, like, your dad,
Mm-hmm.
man, I
Yep.
didn't realize how talented he was, man.
Yep.
Uncle Larry can do a whole lot of stuff. And
He
this new
he
venture he
does.
on, he got something. That him and Kelly, they stay hustling.
Yep. I remember growing up and he was the shoe man. He had the shoe store. Then I
See?
remember like being in middle school and high school, he had the Medicaid transportation business.
See?
And
Look,
I used to say this all the time. Like when I first went to college my freshman year, like in my mind, I thought that I was extremely well off. I mean, we were well off compared to some people, but I kind of thought that I was rich because my dad always had a hustle. Like all he always had a side business on top of, the post office. So
got to.
the money to me, I felt like the money was rolling in. Like it was nothing that I don't really think it was any too much that I asked for growing up that I didn't get. But looking back, it's like, yeah, like my dad was a hustler. Even Uncle Al.
Oh, now
Like
you can't mention the word hustle without talking about Uncle Al now.
absolutely. Like I feel like especially like with Uncle Al, like he that type of hustle, like you'll never go broke. You'll always figure out how to make money. And not saying like in a bad way, but you'll
Right.
always figure out something that you could do to keep food on your table, to put money in your
Exactly.
pocket. And I say this to my friends all the time, like I'll never go broke. Like I'm always gonna figure out a side hustle or something where I can get to the money. And I mean, like you said, we come from a family, a lineage of hustlers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say it like that because people kind of,
Yeah, people take that, but no,
yeah,
that's a
but
positive. When we say hustlers, the most positive thing we can say. I mean,
yeah,
go get it. Yeah, even my mom talking about I can't, uncles, in the past, just entrepreneur. Aunt Faye,
hustler.
she had a store in Talk. Wait, I remember going to it. Like, yeah, I was like, wow, she had the clothes. That was like ahead of its time in Tarboro.
Yeah, yep,
Man,
hustler.
Marquis going to get it right now.
Yep,
He been see, it's in our blood, man. We just
it is.
that's and I'm married to one of the ultimate hustler.
Absolutely.
That girl, that girl go to get it.
Absolutely.
Hey, she stay doing something.
She's probably doing something right now.
Yeah, I
Not
just be in
sure
the
she's
background
watching
like, go
us.
get it,
No.
go get it, go get it, girl.
Yeah. So what's your hustle now? It's 2021. Tell us what
All
you're
right, 2021. Well, let me tell you. So this pandemic, right? We I gotta take you back to 2018, little
doing.
back. So I was in corporate at a bank, BB&T, as a loan officer. I went through that leadership development program um, in 2008, 2009. Finished that and been doing originating loans ever since. So I was with the bank for about 12, 13 years. A nice base salary, 401k match, um, insurance, health insurance. BB&T, they still did a pension, right? So you with the company more than 5 years, you're vested, right? So had all that good stuff. But I found myself, Alexis, like I wanted something more. You know what I mean? I wanted me, Jocolby. I was, it was the bank then Jocolby. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I couldn't be my genuine, authentic self. You know what I mean? I can remember going in meetings and I'm me and another black dude, the only people of color in the whole meeting out of 30 people. Hold on right quick. Hey, y'all gotta get out of here. These dog, your girl Marley and her brother. I don't know why.
Marley almost knocked the whole table over.
Right, you heard it shaking and stuff. Right. But it was always about court. I was drinking that Kool-Aid. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So me and Meek and Winston, and we wanted to move here to the Garner Raleigh area, right? So, and I knew I had our family was growing, so I knew we had to buy a new house. And I was like, okay, boom, boom, boom. So what I did, I said, well, let me go ahead and use my W-2 income, and we bought this house here that we live in now. So this was 2017, summer 2017. So I'm driving back and forth from Garner to Raleigh, right? I mean, from Garner to Winston.
Sheesh.
About 3 to 4 times a week. I really didn't tell my manager. I did kind of tell him a little things like, hey, do you mind if I work remotely? Did it do? But, I didn't want to say too much. So I'm in there, and I'm in a place, Alexis, so I'm not really happy. I'm like, man, this guy, I wanted to produce more. I was like, man, I'm not feeling this, man. Then I start thinking, well, if I leave, what my team gonna do? They had me drinking the Kool-Aid.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, Lex, in your journey, it's gonna be somebody else that's gonna reach out to you, right? That's why we need each other. So my boy Philip Harris, shout out to my boy Philip Harris, man. We went to school together. So he was in the business, but he was with Quicken for a little bit. And he quit, and he started Black Hawk Mortgage. And sometimes it's somebody else's faith move that makes your faith tangible. It's crazy how it works. So he started Black Hawk, and I had a lot of experience. So when he started, he would call me like all the time. Like we start talking a lot more. We were still boys, but we were talking every day. He would run deals by me. Like, what do you think about this? And then what happened was any deal that I couldn't get done at the bank, I would send it to him. Like boom, send it to him, boom. And he even did my mortgage when I didn't go through the bank. I went through him, went through my man. And so this latter 2017, early 2018, Phil was like, yo, Jocolby, man, you should come here, man. I mean, you should leave the bank and come work with me. And he's like, yo, I can't guarantee you anything, no base salary, no nothing, but I know you would kill it. So I'm like, man. I told, I was like, man, that's okay. I pray about it, talk to Meek about it. Meek, I said, well, we already got the house, so I don't, so boom. But I'm gonna say no to a base salary. I'm gonna say no to 401k. I'm gonna say no. I'm invested in the pension, but I'm gonna say, once I leave, it's a wrap. But I said, I think that this move will help me grow, and I think after it's all said and done, I'm gonna do a lot more business because I know what I'm capable of doing. I'm just not doing it here because sometimes in life, what I learned, it matters where you're planted. Mm-hmm. Where you plant it matters because that soil that you are can either help you or it may stunt your growth. And I was in a place in my life where professionally I had out there, but I was comfortable because I didn't want to I had a little base and but I was really maxed out. My production was I wasn't going to see any more there, and it just happened at the right time. So I told my manager, right, that was leaving. He's like, where are you going? I said, I'm going to Black Hawk. He's like, what? Black Hawk? What's that? He kind of laughed a little bit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Black Hawk, what? You never heard of Black Hawk? So you leaving a big corporate bank and going to work for more? I didn't like what? I never even heard of that. I didn't even heard of it. So I left. I put my notice in and I did my 2 weeks and I left. Crazy thing about it, I knew the time, I knew this was God's timing because I left on Monday. That Friday, BB&T announced a big merger with SunTrust. So now BB&T and SunTrust merged, so it's now Truist. So you see Truist, SunTrust big in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. So you see Truist. So that merger happened. So I was like, my colleagues like hit me up like, Jocolby, did you know about the merger? You left right before it happened. I said, nah, I didn't have a clue. It also goes to show you that while you in a spot with these big corps, they don't care about you, right? They always working on their next move anyway. So you can sit there and bleed for them if you want to, but best believe it, they'll get you up out of there at the drop of a hat. And they don't have to give you no reason.
Absolutely. My dad always say, you work a job for somebody else, you die today, and they will have your job posted and replaced tomorrow. So
it's the truth. It's the truth.
Yeah.
It's sad. Like I remember Meek telling me one of her colleagues passed away there, and they were cleaning her office the next day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, that's the harsh reality of working for other people. But I mean, I guess you really can't blame them, because I guess if it was your business and you had obligations, and things you had to get done, that you would do the same thing. So,
and that's the thing. I like being, if you're going to be an entrepreneur, like it's so many. That's one thing we talk about. It's not, now it seems like it's a wave right now. Like it's so many people doing so many things for themselves, and I love it. And I think, people can feel pressured sometimes. Like I'm working for somebody. I'm not self-employed. It may feel like they're not doing it, but I tell people all the time, you got to run your race, right? Mm-hmm. You got to leverage this thing, because the one thing that I don't hear a lot of entrepreneurs talk about, and what made my decision so much easier with a family, is health insurance. Mm-hmm. You got to understand the way this game is played. Our health insurance is tied to our employer. Yep. Right. That's one thing people don't talk about. Like, we don't get free healthcare here. Mm-hmm. So you might have someone playing the long game at an employer that they may not really love, but they need that health insurance, because health insurance is so expensive. So I tell people, when I left the bank, the only thing that made my decision a lot easier, because I'm in the military too, and my health insurance is through the military. Yeah. So I could make that jump and still have my family have the coverage they need on that health side. And that's big. Being when you're out here trying to grind and hustle, and you got a family, you got to have that health insurance.
Absolutely. Just to touch on what you said, like it is a wave of like entrepreneurs right now. And I want people that are listening to know, like you said, you have to run your race. Don't make your race based on somebody else's results. Right. Or how someone else finished, or how they're running their race, because it's not the same. Everybody's not going to have the same level of risk that they have to take. Exactly. And it's nothing wrong with having side hustles. There's nothing wrong with working for someone else until you're ready, because being an entrepreneur is extremely hard. At times you can be broke. You can, become depressed because you're dependent on yourself. You don't have that corporation backing you. So again, run your race, take your time, and do what's best for you. Don't try to just jump on the wave because you feel like that's what everybody else is doing.
Exactly.
But yeah, so as a Black man being in the business that you're in, what are some of the challenges that you face?
All right, so that's a good question. As you see me here, I got my beanie. My beard is flourishing. You see that? That's no big Jim either.
I see you.
Got a little chain on, a little t-shirt. And this is this is what my everyday looks like. When I was with the bank, I was suited up, suit, tie. I haven't worn a suit, a full suit with a tie and everything. Probably it's been over. It's been over a year or so.
Wow.
I did wear a suit to my sister's wedding, but it was kind of casual. But I haven't really wore a business style suit in a long time, Alexis. Right. So the challenge is the code switch. That's what we as Black men have to deal with. Funny story. This is a crazy story. I was on the phone at the bank when I was with the bank talking to a client. I could tell on the phone that he was an older white guy. We were running numbers, talking about numbers. Then he just goes off on a tangent, kind of tells him about his life and how he loved music. And I guess you could tell, we're just talking. So then at the end, he asked me, Alexis, he said, Jocolby, what 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 ethnicity is that? What nationality is that? I said,
Boy, if you'll stop. Oh, sorry. Okay.
listen, this is a true story. I said, I'm Black, sir. Alexis. He says, oh, really? Don't sound like you have any Negro in you. This is 20, this is
Oh, wait a second. Whoa. What?
He said, you don't sound like you have any Negro in you. So I'm like, I kind of laughed it off, and I looked to some of my colleagues. Like, yo, this is crazy. And but I could tell because he was old. He was talking about Sammy Davis Jr. going to the clubs and the music they made, and I think he was out of touch with how we were addressed now in 2016, 2017. We're not called Negroes, okay? Yeah. Maybe when you were chilling with Black, we work, it was Negroes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I took that and, that's the challenge that every black man deals with. We got to deal with these stereotypes. Because if I'm seeing, like, right now, somebody see me and then realize that I was the one doing their loan, they're like, oh, what? Like, hold up. So so I was talking to Phil the other day. Phil, we're looking at our putting our signature lines, updating our email with the signature line. And I said, yo, I don't think I want my picture up here. And Phil was like, I don't care. I'm to the point now. You don't want to, if you don't want to work with me because of how I look, I don't want to work with you either. But I get it. I got other stories in corporate America. But the challenges now with technology, the clients, every client that I deal with, I don't see them. Yeah. We just, everything's over the phone, everything's through email. And so all they hear is my voice, you know what I mean? So I haven't really experienced what I used to experience in the bank, where those, may surprise someone when they see me, like, oh, he's Black. Wow. You know what I mean? Because I put that voice on them, the professional, be speaking numbers and like, boom, oh yeah, he's good. Honey, do you know he's Black? Jacoby's Black.
He's a
Can't believe
Negro.
He's a Negro.
Crazy.
Look, I was in Chick-fil-A one day, and I seen a colleague, and I was like, hey. She looked at me like I was like, she didn't recognize me.
Oh, wow.
She didn't recognize me outside of the suit.
Yeah. Well, this is me. So you have a lot going on in your life. With raising 4 kids. I don't know how you do that. That's a whole nother topic for another day. Yeah. But raising 4 kids, having those 2 dogs, a wife, everything that you're doing, you have a nephew, you have siblings, like going to see your parents all the time. How do you stay motivated to do all of this?
The motivation for us, Alexis, right now, me and Meek, we sat down, we wrote goals down. We're trying to get our budget straight. But our goals we use as motivation. So one of the things that motivates us to keep going is to be financially stable, is to
Mm,
be able to pass something down to our kids where they don't have to start from scratch, right? And be able to show them, like Mika has L helping her with packaging orders, things of that nature, kind of putting her on game of how she makes money now. And sometimes I put stuff out there. I tell them about stocks because that's another thing that in when I really got real serious messing with options and stuff like that, all because of the pandemic.
mm-hmm.
First of last year, me and my boys, we started messing with options and stuff like that. Real estate, me and Meek were able to get our first investment property last year. So that's one of the goals. We want to have an investment property for each of our kids by the time they get 18. I already got L covered. L's gonna take this one, so we gotta get 3 more, and that's gonna be another way where we teach them like these are the things. Even you working 9 to 5, you still want to have some stuff going on your own. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You got to put these things in play.
'Cause you
But
never
the
know
thing
when the pandemics are gonna happen. Nah,
this pandemic, hey, this pandemic has been crazy. It's crazy.
it
This
has.
pandemic, man. I saw a quote. If this pandemic didn't bring the hustle out of you, it's not in you. Something to that. Yeah, this.
Yeah, if I saw that, you know what? I'm gonna touch on that right quick, and then we're gonna move
Uh-huh.
on. But it's like a part of me I agree with that, and then a part of me I don't agree with it because I feel like if you're making it through the pandemic, I can't even say made it because the pandemic is still going on, whether we like to
Right.
think it is or not. But if you are making it, if you are surviving, then I feel like you're doing good. Everybody's not gonna have that hustle. It even without the pandemic, like everybody's not a hustler. Everybody doesn't have that in them, and that doesn't make you a bad person. Um, if you don't have that, but if you're listening to this and you are surviving, hey, you're winning right now
Amen.
during this pandemic. So Jacoby, you've dropped a lot of gems today, but I want you to put me on game and leave me with the most important quality that someone must have to be a successful entrepreneur.
Wow. You, you got to be resilient, and that's one thing I'm gonna take from the military. Um, just looking at my wife, man, that girl right there, she's resilient. Because the thing is, when on this journey that we're on, you know, it's just so much. Like I got a couple things I always say. Always say, don't complain about a full plate when you ask God to eat. You know,
Come on, say that one more time.
don't complain about a full plate when you ask God to eat.
Yes.
Another thing I always tell myself is the thing that I'm complaining about, somebody else is praying for.
Oh,
I'm like, yo, so
amen.
it helps me stay, it helps me keep focused. But the biggest thing, if I could tell anyone just from, you know, being like how we started this conversation, and we got so many people, family that are entrepreneurs, or things on doing hustling on the side. I got a lot of friends doing their thing, hustling, just doing it up. You got to be resilient,
Yeah,
because things, you're gonna fall, you're gonna fall, but you got to get back up. You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
that's the biggest character trait that I would say is just being resilient.
Thank you. I'm so proud of you. Yes. So we're not finished yet.
Okay.
I want to have a little bit of fun with you. I don't know if I told you, but I want to do some rapid fire
Oh
questions, some
Lord,
fun questions.
I didn't
You
see
cool with
this,
that?
and little surprise.
Surprise. You
Hmm.
cool with that?
Yes, yes.
Okay. All right. So if you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Oh, give me the ability like my boy Nightcrawler. I want to be able to transport. You?
Okay. All
Boom.
right. I like that. All right. So you got to drop the kids off at different appointments. You gotta go. You just have a lot of jobs you have to do today, and you got to do them all by 5 p.m. Right? What's
Mhm.
the ultimate turn up, get it done song?
Oh, what I've been on lately? I like that. I put on that Jeezy remix.
Yeah.
Got him, Kanye, Jay on that jump. That
Yeah.
thing right there.
Yeah.
You in the gym, you doing some cardio. I put on.
Yeah. That'll get you through.
That jump
um,
back in the day. I put on. I'm about to play that after we get off this.
I know, right? Okay, so use one word to describe yourself.
Wow. One word. Uh, Caring.
You
I care for
are
others. Very caring.
extremely caring. All right. Stocks or rental properties?
Hmm.
Only pick one.
Give me. I'm gonna go with rental properties, and here's why. It's
Okay.
tangible. You
Okay.
know, you can touch it. It's a lot easier to understand. Historically, homes appreciate year over year. So real estate, put a tenant in it, boom, charge them rent. Whatever you got is free and clear. That's even better for cash flow. Whatever your mortgage is, subtract that.
Mm,
So rental property for
smart.
me. Rental.
Thank you for
One.
dropping that
Y'all
gem
can
and
have
putting
one.
us
Just
on game.
I take some rentals.
Jay-Z or Kanye West?
Oh wow, I go with my man Jay Z though. Listen,
Okay, I was going
man
with
Kanye. I like Kanye too, but I hope Kanye. Whew, he's got to be resilient right now.
I know, right? Um, if you could talk to one person from your past, who would it be?
One person, you meaning like from that's no longer here?
Yeah.
Mm, wow, one person. Mm. I would love to talk to my. I really get a chance. Here we go. Put put both. I can't choose. Just put both of my granddads in the room and give me an
Mm.
hour or two. I remember granddaddy
Mm-hmm.
real vaguely.
Me too.
I was young, so I don't remember having any type of convos with. I couldn't even tell you one thing he told me.
Yeah.
Can you?
No, I can't. Mm-mm.
Yeah. And my dad's dad the same way. I remember him, but I couldn't tell you one thing. I was so young when he passed. I couldn't tell you one thing that he told me. You know what I mean? So that would be dope to have that conversation and get to really meet him as a grown man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Family vacation or vacation?
Hey, look, I love my kids. I'm
Huh?
jealous of y'all too, man.
You said what?
I'm jealous of y'all, man.
Jealous of who?
Man, I seen that. I seen what y'all got in the works. Woo! For me.
Oh,
Ah!
I'm sorry.
A vacation. We need one too, but this man, it's so crazy. Sometimes you gotta have that time to get off with the wife.
You're
Because them
right. You're
kids,
right.
we got one, a 3-year-old. He come in our room every night, like clockwork. Crazy.
Can't get no private time. He said, "I will be the last." Um,
Block this.
what is your biggest pet peeve?
Mm. Biggest pet peeve is you say you're gonna do something and you don't do it.
Mm, just say you ain't gonna do it. Um, last one.
Uh-huh.
Who's the number one matchmaker of all time? Tinder. So Tinder or Alexis?
Hey, all day long, let me tell you, I owe a lot to my cousin. She put us together, even though she tried to throw some shade on my name. But she did, you know. So I appreciate it. Alexis, you are the matchmaker. Even though I remember what you told me when I called you, though.
Thank
I
you.
remember what you told me. Can I say it up here?
I don't care.
Okay, you don't care? Okay. Nigga! You don't like dark-skinned dudes. I remember what you told me.
Oh man.
Hey, you gotta stay resilient. You gotta stay, but I took that. I had my sights. It didn't happen right away either.
Yep.
She was hard to get. She was,
Well, this was a great conversation. I know that we could probably talk for 10 hours nonstop. But thank you so much for putting me on game and dropping these gems. And I know that people are going to really appreciate this interview, and keep doing what you're doing. You're a stand-up role model, positive Black man in 2021, and just keep doing what you're doing. I'm proud of you.
And I'm going to turn around back to you, Alexis, and say thank you. I'm proud of you. I see you doing your thing. I want you to keep doing it. Keep running your race. Keep being patient. God is going to grant you every desire of your heart. I believe that.
Thank you. Thank you. And I love you. But before you leave, I need you to tell everyone where they can find you, website, social media handles, all that good stuff.
Oh, so Black Hawk MTG. That's our site. My social.
Say that again one more time for me.
Black like the color, Hawk like the bird, HAWK, MTG.com. And of course, that's www.blackhawkmtg.com. And let me give you my. I'm always on. I'm on Instagram, but let me make sure I give you my name correctly. The Mortgage Guy _1. So The Mortgage Guy _1.
All right.
So yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
And if anybody has any mortgage questions, my email Jocolby Harrell at blackhawkmtg.com. So any questions you have about the process, anything, just hit me up.
Absolutely. Well, you have a good night. We need to go ahead and get off this call because both of our dogs are about to go crazy. I'm gonna hold this one over here, but thank you.
All right.
Good night.
All right, cuz, love you.
And, love you too.